Hey yo, what's going on guys? This is MRGang here. Welcome back to another toy review by yours truly. And today we have quite the different setup for today, don't we? Yeah, because if you haven't read the title of this video already, well, we got this big box here, don't we? I wonder what is inside this giant box. I wonder. Well, wouldn't you know it? Today, guys, we are finally taking a look at the final release for Beyblade CX. Here we have it, the CX-04 Battle Entry Set. Yes, finally, yet another big set from our good friends over at Takara Tomy. And, oh boy, this is quite a big one. So, where do I even begin with this? Let's just take a look at this massive box here. So, of course, right here we do have the Beyblade X logo, as per usual. Of course, we have the Takara Tomy logo up there as well. And then right here we get this beautiful image here of the CX-04 Battle Entry Set. Text right there. And, of course, this is an Extreme Gear Sports release, as you would expect. And, of course, you get the CX logo as well. And we do get this beautiful CG render of the two bays in the set, which sadly are re-releases, or recolors rather. But hey, it's always nice to have options, especially with CX's whole gimmick, isn't it? Of course, over here we do have some Japanese text here, kind of describing what we get in the set. So we get two launchers, two Beyblades, and of course the stadium itself. So very, very nice. Of course, on the side, we do have the battle entry text right there. And we got, of course, our little sticker there. And, of course, check out the Beyblade Asia channel. So, lots of good stuff right here for the front of the box here. Really big box for this. And, of course, on this side, we do get the Beyblade X logo once again. Of course, you get another look at the contents inside. And, of course, you get the battle entry set CX-04 Extreme Gear Sports text again. And on the back of the box, oh boy, we get a lot of product shots here. So, of course, we have some Japanese text up here, which I'm pretty sure just says CX and the entry set and everything. Of course, we get a nice product shot of this stadium itself with the two bays clashing in the middle. Of course, you do get all of the parts once again beautifully displayed there. It does this, that, the other, and these do this, that, the other. And, of course, get your Bay Logger if you haven't already. Or, sorry, Bay Battle Pass if you haven't already. Even though it literally is just a gotcha thing, but okay. Pay to win. But anyhow, and you have, of course, the CX gimmick right there that we've already talked about back in my first portion of this review. And, of course, on the back here, we do get another look at the two bays inside. In this case, we get Drawn Brave and Perseus Dark. Yes. And, of course, you get all their parts beautifully displayed on the back here. And, of course, both of their respective gimmicks once again, in case you somehow haven't got the original releases of these guys by now. And then, of course, on this side, we get this pretty much ditto for the side of the box. And then, of course, at the top here, we get yet another of that same graphic. And on the bottom, once again, same exact graphic as we've gotten before. So let's get ahead and open this massive box up and see how cool this actually is. Now, of course, since this is a relatively new style of packaging here for Beyblade CX here, I will have to prop up the camera here. Now, let's see if I can actually open this live on video. Now, this is going to be quite the undertaking, as I did not get my box cutter for this. So I should probably go grab that real quick, then we'll pop this big sucker open. Alright, so now with my box opener in hand, let's go ahead and see if I can get this big box open. You know, thankfully it is just a couple pieces of tape, it looks like. Just some simple little cuts there. And okay, just like that, the side is open. And now we gotta give it a nice little push. And out you get this. Alright, now let's see how this opens. Should just be a nice, okay. It's almost like a tab system here. Oh, shoot. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that opens like that. Can we store it inside of here? once we open it. Oh, yes, we can. Just about squeeze it in there. Okay, so we get this inside, this massive, massive bowl right here, which we'll take this out. Now, of course, this is going to be our stadium. Put that over there. And of course, in here we get our bays. So we'll go ahead and crack all of this open real quick, because this is going to be a lot of packages to open. And we'll take, and of course I'll cut back as soon as I get everything out of its packaging. So see you guys in just a second. Alright guys, and with that, here we have our CX-04 fully opened up. And as you guys can see, there is a lot to unpack here even still. So, oh boy, let's just jump right in. We'll start off with the paperwork before we actually get into the good stuff. Now, first and foremost, we do get this nice bit of instructions here. Of course, like the previous CX releases we looked at for this initial launch release, right? You do get the usual CX, do's and don'ts as you did before. So pretty much the exact same as the previous ones had. But what's nice with this one too is on the front, it should tell you how to set up the stadium, I believe. Or is it on the back here? Nope, it's on the back here. It tells you exactly how to set up the stadium. So we'll go ahead and we'll do that live on camera right now. But before we do that, we do have to take a look at the little skill up guide we get with this one, which looks to be about the same as the previous CX releases that we've gotten, with, of course, a little teaser at the next release, which, of course, is going to be Pegasus Blast. So very, very excited about that release when we do get our hands on it. But with that said, let's go ahead and set up our CX-04 stadium here. So like I said, it is very simple. You just take it, line it up like so. And then you take these tabs, and they will line up with slots on the stadium itself. And you just gently click them into place. Now, it does take a little bit of force to get them to click, but once you get them in, they will in fact click in very nicely. So there is one. Two. And then we gotta do this one. Three. And one more. Four. And with that, there you have the stadium fully set up. So now let's go ahead and take a better look at the stadium here. As you can see, it is pretty much just your standard Beyblade X Stadium. And I realize now, in hindsight, it's hilarious that's taken me till now to get just the basic BX10. But yes, this is the standard BX10 Stadium. I do like the Beyblade X logo printed on the bottom. That is absolutely beautiful. Of course, it is printed on the bottom, so that way the base don't scratch it up to all get out. But yeah, it's pretty much the exact same stadium as we've gotten previously with the Double Extreme, but just without the Double Extreme function. So nothing really different there. Later on, I will be doing size comparisons with all of my current stadiums, but for now, that's pretty much going to be about it for the stadium. Now let's go ahead and move along to the launchers you get. So the launchers you get are just the standard winder launchers we've already gotten several times, but we do get these special entry set versions with black, white, and blue for Perseus, and orange and pink, oddly, for Drawn. So that is awesome. And of course, to set up your winders here, you just put in your rip cords, and you're ready to go. And what's nice too is that these came in their own individual plastic packages, and they did come pre-straightened, which is beautiful, because I hate the fact, at least with Double Extreme, that mine was bent out of the box. Thankfully, they've addressed that with this one, where it's perfectly straight, so you can just... And those bearings are nice and smooth too. So that is excellent for these two winder launchers. Put those off to the side. And now, real quick, we will take a look at the bays inside, which I will have to change perspectives a little bit just so that we can take a better look at them. Alright guys, so with the quick change in camera perspective here, we'll go ahead and get into the part by part of each of the different releases we get here. And of course, we'll start off with our lovely drawn Brave. So we will quickly disassemble him, which is not too hard to do. And let's go ahead and take a look at each part now. So we'll start off with our lock chip, which is, of course, drawn once again, but this is the special version of drawn. Yes. So we do get it here in this beautiful orange color, as we'll see here. And just quickly in the background, I do need to quickly grab my other drawn lock chip here, so you guys can see just how beautiful this lock chip is. Of course, you get it in this nice red and orange with the nice searing flames once again, which are actually reversed for the colors, which is really nice. And of course, you do get a little teaser of the Beyblade X logo right there, and the arrow indicating its spin rotation, which of course is right spin. And of course on the back, pretty much the exact same locking mechanism as the original drawn lock chip. And again, for comparison, we will grab the original drawn lock chip. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Really, really cool recolor, which I think in some ways is a direct callback to the previous entry set's red drawn sword. Which, if that's the case, what a really nice callback to another entry set release of this iconic character from Team Persona. So that is absolutely fantastic that they even thought to include little details like that with this recolor. Just really, really cool. And next up we get our main blade, which once again is Brave. And this time, of course, it is the special recolor version. And this thing looks absolutely gorgeous. The orange, the white, and the red look absolutely stunning. And of course, that metal coat finish on the metal for this one too is just really, really good. Of course, on the back, we do get the same tri-wing screws as we've had previously. But still, what an absolute beaut of a blade. And for a quick comparison, we will grab my original drawn main blade, or Brave, right, main blade. As you can see with mine already, and again, this is a small problem I've had with CX since I've gotten my first three back a few weeks ago. Yeah, the printed parts on these scratch very, very easily, which is really a shame, especially if you want these things to look good for a long period of time. So that is quite a bummer. But still, really, really nice main blade. Nice to have another way to get this part. Plus, I mean, it's a special version, so I think that's a win in and of itself. And last but certainly not least, we get the assist blade, which is S or slash. So again, just the exact same as we got with the previous drawn Brave. For comparison, here's mine, which of course, here's another problem I have with CX already. The plastic stress on these. Good grief. I even had these guys, or this guy especially, for only like a few weeks, and already you can see the stresses on the plastic. That is really, really sad, especially for how much these things cost. Like, they should not be having these type of problems. I understand that they're tall and metal plastic contact, yeah. But, like, come on! Like, really, guys? Really? But, it's okay. It's alright. It's not, but still. And, of course, to quickly put the blade all back together again, just goes together exactly the same as the original drawn Brave we got back with CX-03, or no, 01, excuse me. So just slide that in, grab the bit, and just ever so gently twist it back. And there you have your drawn Brave slash fully assembled. Absolutely gorgeous. And now to quickly compare it to the original drawn Brave, which of course I gotta slide in his lock chip and lock him together. Yeah, once again, what an absolutely fantastic duo here. And again, a beautiful callback to the original entry set, I believe it was, for BX, where we had a red drawn sword in the package. So that is just a really nice callback. Not to mention, it's another great way to get one of the better attack type options currently available for the system, let alone for CX, which isn't really saying much considering there's only a handful of releases for it right now. But still, another great way to get a fantastic attack type, in my humble opinion. Next up, we get the Ratchet here, which is, of course, 660. Now, again, to quickly compare it to the original 660, not a bad recolor at all. Get it in this nice red and this sort of, I guess you could almost say like a red wine red color. Very, very cool for this special version. And last but certainly not least, we get the bit, which is V or Vortex. I almost called it Cyclone because the two bits are very, very similar. But still, to quickly compare it again to the original blue that we got on CX-01, not too bad here at all for these two colors. And of course, they both have the high burst resistance, as you'll see here as well. So that is nice to see return as well. So, to quickly put your Drawn Brave together, there you have Drawn Brave 660 Vortex. I almost called it Cyclone again, but special version. Very, very cool. Love this recolor so much. And again, to quickly compare it to the original CX-01, yeah, it's kind of a night and day difference, isn't it? Really is a night and day difference. Absolutely gorgeous. And of course, I have to actually hold up. There we go. Absolutely fantastic. Alright, so with those two out of the way, let's go ahead now and take a look at Perseus Dark Special Version. And of course, to get him apart, oh boy, he's actually quite tight out of the box, which is good. That is good, but at the same time, I need to get you open, my guy. Thank you. All right. You go back over there. All right, let's go ahead and take a look now at Perseus Dark Special Version. Oh, and whilst I'm thinking about it, I need to open up my original Perseus Dark as well. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and start off with the lock chip here, which of course is Perseus Special Version. And yeah, this thing is absolutely gorgeous. Now, as I said in my previous, in part 1, right, with the original Perseus, this guy is once again a callback to Gravity Destroyer from Beyblade Metal Fight. Or in this case, Metal Fight 2. Metal Fight Explosion, or for the English, Metal Masters. So really, really cool callback to probably one of the most iconic Beyblade franchises, let alone sagas of all time, the Metal Saga. So absolutely fantastic. And of course, to quickly bring it in, because yes, I do have Gravity Destroyer, or at least a version of him, which that was his English name, Gravity Destroyer. Here is my original Gravity Perseus, all the way from, I want to say, 2011, 2012. Jeez, this thing is so old, but I mean, you gotta admit, the callback is absolutely fantastic, and they even got every little detail right. Absolutely fantastic. And just for fun, whilst we're here, let me grab the original Perseus lock chip as well, so you can see just how much they nailed the reference. I mean, absolutely fantastic. So, I guess you could say Perseus has been reborn in Beyblade CX, and it is just, absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Alright, let's take a look at the main blade now, which of course is Dark. And, well, I guess you could say this is more of a light version, isn't it? But of course, this is the special Dark Blade, and oh boy, and special it is. So I believe this recolor specifically is a callback to one of the previous Gravity Destroyer / Gravity Perseus designs. I believe it was Ultimate Gravity Destroyer. I want to say Attack or Stamina, I want to say. Because that was something they did a lot back in Metal Fight 2. Was just doing retools / recolors of the exact same guy, but like as different types. It was an interesting idea, but I'm glad they sort of started to phase it out with, of course, Burst and now this gen. But still, very, very cool recolor of a blade that on its own is alright for defense, I would say. And for a quick comparison, let me get my original Dark here, which as you guys can see, once again, that printed detail scratches off so quick. That, and of course, with the heavy contact on these points as well, you can already see some little stretch marks forming in the plastic. But it's okay. It's alright. Not to mention, we do get, once again, the clear coat for the blade as well. So that is really nice to see as well with this release. And last but not least, we get the assist blade, which is B or bumper. So my bad for part 1 calling this bump. It is in fact bumper. I was wrong for that. So my apologies, but bumper, yes. And this is of course the special version. And oh boy, this thing is absolutely fantastic. As once again, we get this nice, beautiful, sparkly plastic for this, which is really gonna suck because I'm a little worried that this is gonna have some breakage issues. Point in reference, my original bumper from my original Perseus Dark. And already, I don't know if you guys can see that here. Let's see if I can get a good shot of it. But there's already some stress marks on the assist blade here. Already. And I've even had this for like a month. And already there's some breakage issues. Takara, get it together, please. But now, there you have it for the assist blade for Perseus Dark. So, to quickly assemble our blade once again, just line everything up. Take the lock chip, put that into place. And then just simply give it a little twist until it all clicks. And there you have the special version Perseus Dark. Absolutely beautiful. Or at least for the few seconds that you guys are going to see it before it absolutely gets destroyed. Because bays are meant to be played with. And unfortunately, that includes these guys as well. So, enjoy the nice painted details while they last. Well, they're not really painted, they're printed, but still. There you have it next to my original Perseus Dark. And again, absolutely fantastic. Very, very good recolor. And again, a nice callback to a very iconic and beloved character from Metal Fight 2. Just awesome. Alright, now let's take a look at the ratchet, for this, which of course is 680. So very nice to see this once again. And we do get it in this very nice blue and white color. And quickly compare it to the original 680 from the base Perseus Dark CX-03. Not bad. Not bad looking at all for these two. And last but not least, we get the bit, which is W or wedge. And wedge is, it's an okay bit. It's not the best. It's not the worst. It's just kind of okay. You know? And for a quick comparison, let me grab my original Perseus Dark's wedge. So you guys can see how those two look together. And all in all, it's almost like chess pieces. Kinda. Which I think kinda works. Kinda works well for them. And to quickly assemble the bay right here. Nice tight click. Nice click as well. There you have Perseus Dark Special Version 680 Wedge. Absolutely beautiful. And again, to quickly compare it to the original CX-03. Right here. Once again, absolutely fantastic. Beautiful, beautiful recolors all around for these. And just, again, just such a nice way to get these 2 bays if you haven't gotten them already. So that is awesome. Right there. So with that, guys, we're going to do a quick jump cut once again. Get our camera all beautifully set up. And let's go ahead and do some battles here with our lovely, lovely new stadium we have now. So see you guys in just a second. Actually, real quick, before I get on to the battles here, let's do some comparisons real quick with the previous X stadiums that we've gotten so far. So, real quick, let's go ahead and grab every single stadium I have, which surprisingly is not that much. And let's get them all into frame here, if we can. So on the left here, let's put over the original Hasbro Extreme Stadium. And then we'll grab the green bucket. And last but not least, the double Extreme Bellset Stadium. And of course I'm going to have to move all my bays out of the way here because there's so much stuff. There's so much stuff over here. So you guys can kind of see all these stadiums all together. As you guys can see, this stadium is absolutely colossal. I mean, it's not crazy. It's not too crazy big, but it's not too small either. And surprisingly, the smallest is still the Bucket Stadium for Hasbro. Actually, matter of fact, let me get them lined up as best as I can. Yeah, still the smallest. Still the smallest stadium, at least for now, with the X system. So that is absolutely fantastic. Alright guys, so we are back now with our stadium. And of course we have our lovely, lovely bays off screen over here. So we won't be battling too much with the special versions for now, just because I want them to still look kind of good, at least before I really absolutely just tear them a new one. So we'll go ahead and get our brand new winder launchers here. And we'll get our 2 bays here. And let's see how they perform in the stadium. So we'll start off with Perseus with his launcher. So here we go. And as you can see, he is very, very floopy in this stadium. I mean, oh boy. Alright, I'm going to have to do some balancing on him. Because he's not supposed to be that fidgety, is he? Alright. Let's try again. That's a bit better. There we go. Just had to balance him a little bit because he was a little bit off kilter. But still, absolutely fantastic right there for him. And now we'll quickly test out Drawn Brave. So here we go. And of course you would expect he is an absolute spaz in the stadium, but absolutely gorgeous with that nice red color. Alright, so I think to start off, let's do a couple matches with the 2 token bays in the set. So, here we go. Come on, Percy, start. Woo! Woo! Good hit. Another good hit. And it looks like it's going to go to Perseus. Okay. Very easy win for Perseus right there. Matter of fact, to make this easier, let me get my string launcher, because otherwise we'll be here all day. There we go. Whoa! And a swift burst finish to Perseus Dark. Dang. Alright. And let's do one more time. Woo! Come on, Drawn Brave. Dang it. Can't get a clean shot on Perseus, which is kind of a bummer. But still, Perseus is the absolute champ, apparently. These 2 here. So that is absolutely fantastic. And I think just for fun, let's grab some other CX guys, and let's pit them against each other in the stadium. So let's start off with Drawn Brave, CX-01, and CX-02. Wizard Arc. So here we go. Oh, and a swift knockout for Drawn Brave. Wow. Okay. Let's go again. Wow! And another swift knockout. Oh boy. My wizard just went under one of my collection stands. No. Come back, wizard. Thank you. Okay. Let's go one more time, except this time don't knock him into the friggin' thing again, please. Ooh, good hits. Oh, another good hit. Alright, come on. And it's gonna go to Wizard for that one. Very, very nice. Okay. Now let's try Drawn Brave versus Perseus Dark. Let's see how the original color variations do against each other in this brand new stadium. Wow, and a good hit. Oh, another good hit. Come on, Perseus. Dang it. Drawn's gonna take that. Easy win, apparently. Alright, let's go again. Ooh, good movement. Whoa! Big hit from Drawn Brave. Wow! But Perseus still tanks it. What an absolute champ. Alright, one more time. Absolutely fantastic. Go! Woo! Hey! And a tie. Alright, we gotta have a tiebreaker now. You gotta settle the score this time. Alright, come on. Come on, Perseus, you can do it! Oh, yes! And Perseus tanks all of those hits from Drawn Brave. Absolutely just awesome. Alright, and now for one last one. Let's do Wizard Arc versus Perseus Dark. Here we go. Ooh, good hits. Ooh, it's an old Western standoff. Come on. Can Wizard stamina outlast Perseus' brick wall defense? Ooh, they're wibbling. Ooh, they're wobbling. And it's gonna go to Perseus! Dang. Okay. Let's go another round. Come on now. And a swift knockout for Wizard Arc. Okay. Let's go one more time. Alright, come on, Perseus. Show us that solid defense. Ooh, good hit. Okay. And it's coming down to the wire. This is it. It's either do or die. Come on, Perseus. Yes! Perseus actually took that. I'm pleasantly surprised. Okay. So I think with that, that's pretty much going to conclude it for my review, finally, of the Beyblade CX line, particularly the CX-04 entry set. Absolutely wonderful. Now, of course, in case I needed to say this again about CX, I think this line really does have a bright, shining future ahead of it. Of course, with the custom line and everything, and the whole gimmick of being able to customize and swap parts around and make weird, wacky combinations, I think that could lead to some very interesting battle performances as time goes on. But of course, speaking strictly about the base we get in the box here with this set, Perseus Dark, once again, is one of the, let's say, more mixed defense types so far this gen. I mean, the Knight Lance-esque shape, I think, works to some degree, but it's just, I don't know. I wish it was just a little more tanky. Just a tad. But unfortunately, it just, not really. But it seems like with this stadium, it seems like this one, the standard BX10, but just CX version, right, I think is more designed to bring out the strengths of this release. And for that, I can say Wedge definitely can tank some hits, but not as much as maybe I thought it could. And then, of course, with Drawn Brave, once again, a really solid attack type, I would say, at least early on. Now, of course, I know we're going to probably get even stronger and even better attack types as the system continues to grow and evolve, but for now, this is a pretty solid release. Now, of course, for being a special version and everything, it's pretty darn awesome. Though it is kind of a shame that, at least for now, the only way you can get these two recolors is through this set. So, I mean, sure, there are probably third-party options, and I'm sure Hasbro at some point will make these more easily available, but for those who want them, you're going to have to cave in and spend, right, cough up the cash needed to get these two particular recolors, which is a shame. But for those who are willing and have the money to pay for it, I'd say it's a win. It's an absolute win. And of course, the stadium itself, if you don't have the BX10 like me, then this is a really great way to get the most basic of basic stadiums that you can buy for Beyblade Generation 4. Or just Beyblade X. And of course, 2 winder launchers. Hey, if you don't have winder launchers already by now, this is a really nice way to get 2 winder launchers, so you're all ready to go with this set. And for those who somehow haven't gotten into Beyblade X yet, this is a really nice way to get into the system. You know, you get a stadium, you get, of course, your lovely, lovely base inside. So, all in all, this set is an absolute win. Can't argue with that. So, with all that being said, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this review. So, if you guys did enjoy this one, then please make sure to drop a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and ring the notification bell so that way you guys get notified for all my uploads. Later, Eat Squad, and have a good one.